Hey you, yeah you the fugitive eyes, walking solo, feeling so low in some city. I seen you, man, looking down like the ground has some magnetic hold on your eyes. You walk alone, day after day, year after year, the same thoughts going through your head, going back to that same place by night, going back to that same place by day, eating the same food, looking down at the same plate on the same table, breathing in, breathing out. Have you ever noticed that after a while, everywhere you go smells the same? Everywhere you go starts to look the same? And everywhere you go you start to feel the same? And everything blends together? And sometimes it's a drag. Sometimes it's such a drag. And you look for an answer somewhere. You look up at the street lights like they're little moons. You look into the store windows to see a reflection, to see if you show any signs of life at all. You are a satellite emitting low energy beeps. No one knows and no one understands. And you feel like a human miracle as you walk down the street. A tiny miracle, unseen, unknown. And your mind is set on a time a long time ago when you had it right, but you let it go. And you look back on that time and the mistake that you made when you said, man, I don't need you and all the pain that you put me through. And it was interesting, but at this point, I'd rather be on my way and I'd rather be on my own. So why don't you just leave me be? And the time passes by and you see that you were wrong and you need her and you miss her and you see her face in dreams. And you see her face looking back at you on other faces of other women as you pass by. And you wonder where she is. And you know that you can take a cab or a bus and in minutes be outside her building looking up at her window, watching the lights go on, watching the lights go off. And you have to ask yourself, what has happened to me? It's a drag. It's such a drag. And you try to remember the reason. You try to remember the time you made your big mistake, the crack in your reasoning, the fracture in your otherwise sound perspective, the flaw that sent you on your solo ride. Because you remember at one point you had everything right where you wanted it. And even though the skies are sometimes filled with clouds, you always knew that the sun was there. And the seasons would come and go and you would remember each and every one of them. And now the seasons pass unnoticed, and the days of the week go from Monday into Tuesday into Wednesday into Thursday, and it feels like a gray wall going past your eyes. And so you open up your journal and try and open up yourself to try to find the key that unlocks the door that gets you to the point, the reference point, so you can say, right there, X marks a spot of my discontent. X marks a spot of my soul starvation. X marks a spot, the place where I went so wrong. It's so easy not to know what to do when you miss her, when you miss yourself, when you become so lonely, and the streets are full of people, and you walk so unknown. It brings you down because it's a drag. It's such a drag. And now you know, because you've seen so many come and go, and somehow you found a way to heal yourself and move on. Don't let anyone give you any wrong information. No matter what, you'll be alright. There's still nothing like the weekend. Food still tastes good. And you can still walk down the street of any city, down any country road, anywhere, and feel alright. It's not so bad, even when it feels like a drag. Even when it feels like such a drag. Feels like such a drag. Such a stone cold drag.
For years I have claimed no soil as home. I belong to no country or no one. Through blasted desert crust and ceaseless oblivion I have passed. I have moved through seemingly endless nights, leaving scattered pieces of myself to be erased by heat, punishing wind and time. Friend of no man, brother to north, south, east, and west, walker of the ruined valleys, keeper of no secrets, no treaties, no alliances, possessor of nothing, stripped of wisdom, relieved of ambition. I claim nothing. Push this mortal frame through seasons of sun and cold, under blank and angry skies. I do not wonder, I do not ask why. I have no questions, no reasons, no love of mankind or need for civilization. I do not acknowledge a God, or fear pain, poverty, or death. If my cup become full, I will throw the cup away. Should my heart become heavy, I will throw away my heart. Should my mind become tormented, I will forget my thoughts. If hate seeks to consume me, I will starve myself to flesh and bone, so it will get no nourishment from me, and hunger forces it onward. If love seeks to look into my eyes, I will stare back and see nothing until it too moves on.